In the 70s, popular music defined us. Our music choices said so much about who we were. We listened to and were moved by the lyrics and the message. That's why so many artists of that era still fill stadiums and arenas to this day. The performers reaching into their 70s and their 80s. This is 70s Unheard, where we dig deep into those classic acts and stadiums to hopefully rediscover favorites you have forgotten. With songs and stories tied to the greatest decade in the history of popular music, the 70s. I'm Jeff Gerkins. We'll open today with the crazed 1950s rollicking piano rocker Jerry Lee Lewis. In 1972, Mercury Records flew Jerry Lee to London to record with a collection of gifted British musicians, including Rory Gallagher, Kenny Jones, later of The Who, Albert Lee, Alvin Lee, Peter Frampton, and Gary Wright of Dreamweaver fame. That concept was not new. Chuck Berry, Howlin' Wolf, and B.B. King had already done the same thing. By all accounts, the sessions were tense. Jerry Lee recounted in his biography, "I seen all these cats standing around, real long hair and everything. I turned to Junior and I said, boy, have I made a mistake coming over here. But when I sat down at the piano and started to record, these kids were clean, real nice, and they were the greatest musicians I ever heard." When Jerry Lee returned from recording, he brought back 3 members of that London recording session with him. Surprisingly, the album entitled The Session was Jerry Lee's only album to reach the top 40, yielding the single. This song, his remake of Stick McGree's Drinkin' Wine, Spody Odie. I found an original copy of this album just a few weeks ago at Nuggets, a long-standing record store in downtown Boston. From the 1972 album, The Session, here's Jerry Lee Lewis and Drinkin' Wine.
Down in New Orleans, everything's fine. All them cats is drinking that wine, drinking that mist of pure delight. Now when they get drunk, they singing all night, drinking wine, spooty ooty, drinking wine. Wine, spooty ooty, drinking wine. Wine, spooty ooty, drinking wine. Pass that bottle to me. Hey, buying it by the gallon and buy it by the quart. Buy a blackberry, you're doing things smart. Knocking out windows and tearing down doors. Drunk, 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 keep a screaming for more. Drinking wine, spooty ooty, drinking wine. Wine, spooty ooty, drinking wine. Wine, spooty ooty, drinking wine. Why don't you pass that bottle to me? Yeah. Well, that down on a Bourbon Street at Willie Ben's, Uncle Willie wasn't selling but a little gin. One cat up and hollered him a bottle of wine. He tipped that cat for $1 and a dime. Drinking wine, spooty ooty, drinking wine. Wine, spooty ooty, drinking wine. Wine, spooty ooty, drinking wine. Slip that bottle to me, yeah, Lord. Wine, 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 elderberry. Wine, 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 oh, sherry. Wine, 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 blackberry. Wine, 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 have it had. Wine, 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 good Lord. Pass that bottle to me, big it, son, big it. Cherry, When I rented letter, you sent me a little night. When I rented you, said it drove me sad. But I still love you so, and I can't let you go. I love you. Ooh, baby, I love you.
Was a song with one of the most mispronounced titles of all time, spelled D''Year, MAK''ER. I always thought it was Dire Maker or Deer Maker, but as many of you may have heard, the title is pronounced Jermaker, coming from an old Cockney joke where one man tells another, "I've just taken my wife on holiday to the Caribbean." "Jamaica?" the second man asks. "No, she was happy to come." The song itself was a cross between reggae and 50s doo-wop, according to Jimmy Page, from the 1973 album Houses of the Holy. And while Led Zeppelin resisted releasing singles at that time, Jamaica was released as a single in America, peaking at number 20 in December of 1973. And you're listening to 70s Unheard on Radio KCM. My cousin Andy was 3 years older and lived in Radcliffe, which seemed like the big city compared to my hometown. After all, Radcliffe had a record shop, a Walmart, and a McDonald's, none of which existed in North Garrett. So I was always excited when once or twice a summer our mom would drop us off at his house to spend time at Andy's. One day while outside, we could hear circus music off in the distance, gradually getting louder. It was my first exposure to the ice cream truck. It was very exciting. But there was one problem. None of us had a cent. So we decided if we can't have ice cream, at least we can make a game out of baiting the ice cream man whose music taunted us with his delicious yet unattainable ice cream treats that we could not afford. After all, it was his fault in our eyes that we couldn't afford a treat. We hid in spots around the neighborhood, behind shrubs and under cars, and began to shout, "Hey, ice cream man, stop, stop!" The ice cream man would stop his truck and await the shouting, profit-producing children who never came. We would sit silently, trying not to snicker or laugh out loud. And after a minute, he would give up and move on, and we would begin again. Wait, ice cream man, until he would stop again, clearly annoyed. And thus would begin a multi-block game of cat and mouse, of strategic maneuvering from yard to yard, jumping hedges, cutting through yards, and hiding behind cars and shrubs, shouting, "Stop, ice cream man, stop!" over a series of blocks. I'm sure he probably saw us, but he showed incredible restraint. We did in later years utilize that same strategy quite frequently at our home when the occasional politician, members of a certain religion, or salesman strolled up the highway where our house sat. So, in tribute to all those forced into a career of solicitation of one kind or another, going door to door to make a request, here's David Lee Roth, the front man of the band Van Halen, from their 1978 debut album, a song about that poor, taunted ice cream man.
Sometimes your babe needs something to keep you cool. Now sometimes your babe needs something to keep you cool. Better look out now, though. Dave's got something for you. Tell you what it is. I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. On my mind, I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. See, now all my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy. Hold on a second, baby. I gotta put my banana in Dixie cups. All flavors and push-ups too. I'm your ice cream man, baby. Stop me when I'm passing by. See, now all my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy. Hold on, one more. Well, I'm usually passing by just about 11 o'clock. I never stop, I'm usually passing by just around 11 o'clock. And if you let me cool you one time, you'll be my regular stop. All right, boys, I gotta put my vanilla Dixie cups on flavors and push up to 100 ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. See, now all my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy. Yes, I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. They say all my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy. Oh, what time? Stop me when I'm passing by. I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. They say all my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy. One time, boys, I'm your ice cream man. I'm your ice cream man. Baby, all my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy.
It's not time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to know. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I'm happy. I was once like you are now, and I know that it's not easy to be calm when you found something going on. But take your time, think a lot. Why, think of everything you've got, for you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not. How can I try to explain? When I do, he turns away again. It's always been the same old story. From the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go. It's not time to make a change. Just sit down, take it slowly, you're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to go through. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I'm happy. All the times that I've cried, keeping all the things I knew inside. It's hard, but it's harder to ignore it. If they were right, I'd agree, but it's them they know, not me. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.
From the 1970 Cat Stevens album T for the Tiller Man, that was Father and Son. An emotional conversation between a father and a son regarding the son's desire to break away and seek his own destiny, and the father's pleas for him to stay, perhaps live a more traditional life. Cat Stevens even slightly changes his voice for each character's perspective. There are two cultural events of significance relating to that song. The first one involves comedic actor Bill Murray, who was stopped by police in Stockholm, Sweden in 2007 while driving a golf cart on the city streets under the influence, loaded with passengers. After a golf tournament, Murray said he borrowed the cart from outside his hotel to drive people back from a party. And Murray recounted this tale on David Letterman. He said, while driving that golf cart in Stockholm is not explicitly illegal, police took notice of them because all of the cart's passengers were singing that song, Father and Son, at the top of their lungs. The second cultural use of this song is in the film Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2 from 2017, during the funeral scene where Yondu, after they emphasize the fact that despite being a mean and often tough father, Yondu truly loved adopted son Peter Quill and sacrificed himself. From the days when deserving high school students were provided a much-needed afternoon smoke break, this is 70s Unheard. Whether it's a revered guitar solo, a famous guitar hero with an equally famous guitar, or a lesser-known guitar great, respected by the players themselves, the next three songs highlight guitarists who are respected and recognized for their musical accomplishments. One of those is this next song from Steely Dan, with the solo being played by studio session musician, the jazz-influenced Larry Carlton. What makes this one great? Not sure I can tell you, but here's what the experts say. YouTube musicologist Rick Beato says, technically and melodically, it's par none. To solo with such precision and expression over a complex chord progression is very difficult. Larry Carlton layers complex arpeggios and licks in such great fashion. Rolling Stone magazine ranked Kid Charlemagne on its list of the 100 greatest guitar solos, saying that Larry Carlton's cosmic jazz lead in that cut may be the best of all. It's so complex, it's a song in its own right. Finally, Far Out magazine listed it as the greatest guitar solo on a Steely Dan recording, calling Carlton's playing intense, fluid, and frequently on the brink of spinning out of control. Carlton's guitar solo starts at the 2:18 mark of this song. Here's Steely Dan from 1975 from the album The Royal Scam. This is Kid Charlemagne.
While the music played, you walk by candlelight. Those San Francisco nights were the best in town. Just by chance you crossed the diamond with the pearl. You turned it on the world. That's when you turned the world around. Make you feel like Jesus. Did you realize that you were a champion in their eyes? On the hill the stuff was laced with kerosene. dead. Your low rent friends are dead. This life can be very strange. All those dago freaks who used to paint the face, they joined the human race. Some things will never change. Son, you are mistaken. You are obsolete. Look at all the white men on the street. Get along, Kid Charlemagne. Get along, Kid Charlemagne. Clean this mess up, else we'll all end up in jail. Those test tubes and the scale, just get it all out of here. Is there gas in the car? Yes, there's gas in the car. I think the people down the hall know who you are. Careful what you carry, 'cause the man is wide. You are still an outlaw in their eyes. Get along, Kid Charlemagne. Get along, Kid Charlemagne.
Steely Dan on 70s Unheard. And with our second guitar grade, it's time to take another trip into the echo chamber where we uncover a 70s cover song that equals or exceeds the original version. This week, Eddie Hazel, an American guitarist and singer in early funk music who played lead guitar with Parliament Funkadelic. In 1997, Hazel was a posthumous inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His 10-minute guitar solo in the Funkadelic song Maggot Brain is regarded as one of the greatest solos of all time on any instrument. In fact, that song was played at Eddie's funeral. And who wouldn't want a song known as Maggot Brain played at your funeral? In 2023, Rolling Stone ranked Hazel at number 29 on its list of the greatest guitarists of all time. So, for this week's Echo Chamber choice from his 1977 album Games, Dames, and Other Things, this is Eddie Hazel with his take on the Mamas and Papas song California Dreaming.
On the
on 70s Unheard. From the days when real men proudly displayed their chest hair, this is 70s Unheard. The third choice of our guitar triad is related to a particular guitar itself. In Peter Frampton's autobiography, he tells the story of, while at the peak of his fame on a worldwide tour, Frampton and his band flew from Venezuela to Panama with the plan to play a sold-out stadium show in Panama City and meet with dictator Manuel Noriega. What they didn't yet know was that their cargo plane containing all of the band's instruments and equipment crashed on the runway while departing Caracas, likely destroying all the band's equipment, including Peter Frampton's favorite, his 1954 black Gibson Les Paul, the same guitar he's playing on the cover of the famed Frampton Comes Alive album. The band's management scoured Panama City for replacement instruments and sound equipment, but nothing was available that could accommodate his stadium show. When the band manager went to the Panamanian promoter with the news, the promoter went straight to Noriega with that same news. Noriega was not happy. Death threats were communicated. At the direction of either Noriega or the promoter, the hotel was surrounded by guards, and the band's passports were demanded and relinquished. The band manager decided they needed to get out of that country quick. They decided that one by one, each band member would quietly walk out of the hotel, stroll a few blocks, and grab a taxi to the airport. Eventually, the full band reached the airport and boarded a plane to Puerto Rico, sans passports, on the day of Ronald Reagan's inauguration in 1980. Unbelievably, Peter Frampton was reunited with that legendary 1954 Les Paul Custom in December of 2011 in Nashville. Someone had salvaged the guitar from the crash site, and it was held by a musician from Curacao for decades. Somehow, news made it back to Frampton's team, who negotiated a return. That guitar was returned to Frampton in time to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the release of Frampton Comes Alive. Here's another song where that same guitar was used when Frampton was only 21 and with the band Humble Pie. From their outstanding 1971 live album Rockin' the Fillmore, Frampton plays, lead, and sings the first verse on this song, best known from its recording by Ray Charles. Here's Hallelujah, I Love Her So.
Well, let me tell you about a girl I know. She is my baby and I love her so. In the morning when the sun comes up, she brings me coffee in my favorite cup. I know, yeah, I know. Hallelujah, I just love her so.
'Cause honey, who needs the static? It hurts the head and you wind up cracking, and the day goes dismal from breakfast party to the sign of prayer. What a sorry face you get to wear. I'm gonna tell you again now, if you're still listening there. If you're driving into town with the dark cloud above you, dialing the number who's bound to love you. If you're lying on the beach with the transistor going, kick off the sand flies, honey, the love's still flowing. If the head says forget it, but your heart's still smoking, call me at the station, the lights are open.
From her 1972 album, For the Roses, that was the original and enduring Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Joni Mitchell. And You Turn Me On, I'm a Radio. Originally written in response to her record label's desire for her to write a hit song, Graham Nash, David Crosby, and Neil Young all contributed to the recording for that song. From the days of the Magic 8 Ball, the Manwich, and Mayor McCheese, this is 70s Unheard. I recently watched the Netflix documentary about Sean Combs, or P. Diddy, or Diddy. The documentary goes deep into his crimes and misbehavior, often stemming from conflict with other rappers and rap moguls like Tupac. Some of the results of that conflict included gunshots and murder. You may think that behavior is new, but I can assure you musicians have been in conflict, brandishing weapons, and recording diss tracks for longer than most of us have been alive. Case in point, Joe Tex. Texas-born soul singer Joe Tex was discovered after winning talent shows at New York's Apollo Theater in the 50s, leading to a contract with Cincinnati's King Records, producing many hits in the late 50s and early 60s. Many, including Little Richard, claim that Tex's future nemesis, James Brown, stole Tex's dance moves, singing style, and microphone tricks, leading to a decade-long feud between Joe Tex and James Brown. At one point, Brown recruited Joe Tex's ex-wife, singer B. Ford, to join his band, leading to a romance. Shortly afterward, Tex got a personal letter from James Brown telling him that he was through with B. Ford, and if Tex wanted her back, he could have her. Tex responded by recording the diss track You Keep Her in 1962. That's right, the original diss track. In 1963, their feud escalated when Tex and Brown shared the bill at a concert in Macon, Georgia. Tex opened the show by mocking James Brown's famous cape routine, appearing in a torn and tattered cape and rolling around on the floor screaming, "Please, somebody, get me out of this cape." Brown, already angry with Tex over the diss track, You Keep Her, left that club and returned with guns. Tex had left the club before the shooting commenced, but the incident still led to multiple people being shot and stabbed. In early 1982, Tex was found at the bottom of his home swimming pool, after which he was revived. But just days later, 5 days after his 47th birthday, he died in Texas following a heart attack. This song, I Gotcha, was one of Joe's biggest hits before releasing his 1977 career peak, Ain't Gonna Bump No More with No Big Fat Woman, with lyrics leaning toward harassment, counterbalanced with an incredibly funky groove. From 1974, here's Joe Tex and I Gotcha.
I gotcha! You thought I didn't see you now, didn't you? You tried to sneak by me now, didn't you? Now give me what you promised me. Give it here, come on! Good dog. You promised me the day that you quit your boyfriend, I'd be the next one to ease on me. You promised me it would be just us two. I'd be the only man kissing on you, yeah. You never should have promised him I got you. Give it on him, I got you. You thought you got away from me, did you? But daughter, I got you. Oh, I got you. Give it on up, I got you. Give it on him, I got you. You try to sneak by me now, did you? I got you. Oh, I got you.
Candlelit, my eyes are slits, jumping out, paper clip, make a move, sail the ship, tap it in, ruby lips. She's a mixed up, shook up girl, got me so strung out, I don't know what to do. She's a mixed up, shook up girl. Take a breath in the night. Her over, she said, but she was nowhere inside. Breakaway is in her side. You know, the little girl coming deep inside. She's a mixed up, shook up girl, got me so strung out, I don't know what to do. She's a mixed up, shook up girl. Hey you, I remember, 'cause the empty streets fill me now. Gone away, but not forever. Is it over now? She's a mixed up, shook up girl, got me so strung out, I don't know what to do. She's a mixed up, shook up girl.
And that was Mink DeVille and Mixed Up Shook Up Girl from the 1977 album Cabretta. Mink DeVille was a band known for its association with early punk bands at New York's CBGB's nightclub and for being a showcase for the music of Willie DeVille. You may know Willie DeVille as having written and recorded the theme song to the movie The Princess Bride from 1987, the song Storybook Love. From the days of the macrame, mood rings, and Marcia Brady, this is 70s Unheard. A shout out to new listener and subscriber Can't Stop Singing from Los Angeles, who found me on YouTube saying, "Hi Jeff, I just discovered your channel. You said It's Your Thing was released in 1970. It's actually released in 1969. Also, the Beatles' Revolution is from 1968. Well, Can't Stop Singing, you got me. I double-checked, and yes, It's Your Thing by the Isley Brothers was released in 1969. I just love that song and wanted a reason to play it. And as for the Beatles' Revolution, if you remember that show, I did qualify it by saying I first had that record when it was released on a compilation of Beatles rock songs called Rock and Roll Music from 1976. Plus, it fit in well with the story I was telling. So, very perceptive, Can't Stop Singing. Please forgive me. I promise I'll do better. And if you want to leave comments, criticize my work, subscribe, or listen to all past episodes, you can find me on YouTube. Just search 70s Unheard. Formed in 1966, the British blues band, 10 years after, chose their name as a tribute to Elvis Presley, as 1966 was the 10th anniversary of his 1956 commercial breakout year. In 1974, after years of declining success and influenced by the success of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon album, in an attempt to restart their careers, the band 10 years after released this song and album, Positive Vibrations. But it wasn't a successful strategy. This was their last album before breaking up. But see if you can hear the Pink Floyd influence. Here's the band 10 years after with Positive Vibrations.
In the night, when you're all alone with the one that you call your own, ask yourself if you're doing good. Give yourself some positive vibration. Give yourself some positive vibrations. Well, the sky, they look down on you, and the stars, they will guide you through on this plane that we all live on. Give yourself some positive vibration. Give yourself some positive vibration. Too many roads are wandering. Too many roads are wandering. Too many squanders are squandering. All you got to do is let that sun shine through. Give yourself some positive vibration. Give yourself some positive vibration. You can do what you want to do. You can call the game you play. You can go where you want to go. Give yourself some positive vibration. Give yourself some positive vibrations. Too many roads are wandering. Too many roads are wandering. Too many squanders are
10 years after on 70s Unheard. In 1977, former member of the band The Faces, Ronnie Lane, had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. With his medical costs skyrocketing and royalties from his Faces days being limited, Ronnie Lane hoped the sales of his next album would help finance his treatment. Pete Townsend agreed to produce that album, but the project later became a full-blown collaboration between the two. Who bassist John Entwistle, Rolling Stone Charlie Watts, and Eric Clapton also supported Lane by joining the project. From the 1977 album Rough Mix, here's supportive friend Pete Townsend with Ronnie Lane on My Baby Gives It Away.
My baby wakes in the deep of the night. She doesn't need it, but she says it's alright. My baby digs into some rolling away. My baby gives it up every day. My baby gives it, she gives it away. My baby gives it up every day. My baby, she just gives it away. When you're alone in some city hotel, you can get company by ringing a bell. You might go pick up a girl on the street, but my baby gives it up totally free. My baby's counter won't cause you alarm. My baby's brother never break your arm. My baby, I love her. She's cheap. My baby, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby. You better buy yourself a new pair of shoes and walk for a lifetime on the beach in you. You better buy yourself an electric guitar. You better play. There's no other way to beat the blues. I beat 'em.
That's Pete Townsend and Ronnie Lane on 70s Unheard. And just last week, we lost a brash and unapologetic outlaw country artist known for singing the enduring, self-described perfect country song, You Never Even Called Me By My Name, and also known for writing the hit single, Take This Job and Shove It. David Allan Coe died last week at age 86. Born in Akron, Ohio, in songs he claimed he was from Texas. Just one example of his lyrics building his inaccurate but mythical reputation as a prison-bound outlaw. While Coe did spend some time in his early years in and out of reformatories, his boasts of murdering a fellow inmate with a mop bucket, among other self-promoted tales, have never been confirmed. Some of his other claims is that he taught Charles Manson to play guitar, and that he was a polygamist who married 7 wives. And while he wrote hits like Take This Job and Shove It for Johnny Paycheck, and Would You Lay With Me in a Field of Stone for Tanya Tucker, his biggest hit, You Never Even Called Me By My Name, was not penned by him. When his career broke, he positioned himself with the outlaw movement, with those artists like Charlie Daniels and Waylon and Willie, who proudly blended their hippie appearances with their southern roots, exemplified in the song we'll play today. So in tribute to David Allan Coe, with his insightful lyrics such as My long hair just can't cover up my red neck, here's the title track from his 1976 album Long-Haired Redneck. Rest in peace, David Allan Coe.
Country DJs knows that I'm an outlaw. They'd never come to see me in this dive, where bikers stare at cowboys who are laughing at the hippies who are praying they'll get out of here alive. Loudmouth in the corners getting to me, talking about my earrings and my hair. I guess he ain't read the signs that say I've been to prison. Someone ought to warn him before I knock him off his chair, 'cause my long hair just can't cover up my redneck. I've won every fight I've ever fought, and I don't need some turkey telling me that I ain't country.
saying I ain't worth a damn dog ticket that he bought. 'Cause I can sing all them songs about Texas. And I still do all the sad ones that I know. They tell me I look like Merle Haggard and sound a lot like David Allan Coe. And the barmaid in the last town that we played in knew the words to every song I'd wrote. She said Jimmy Rabbit turned her on to my last album just about the time the jukebox broke. Yeah, Johnny Cash helped me get out of prison long before Rodriguez stole that goat. I've been the rhinestone cowboy for so long I can't remember, and I can do you every song Hank Williams ever wrote. And I can sing all them songs about Texas. And I still do all the sad ones that I know. I can't help it, I look like Merle Haggard, and I sound a lot like David Allan Coe. But the country DJs all think I'm an outlaw, and they'd never come to see me in this dive, where bikers stare at cowboys who are laughing at the hippies who are praying they'll get out of here alive. The loudmouth in the corner's getting to me.
And that does it for this episode of 70s Unheard. I'm Jeff Gerkins. Catch me every Wednesday at 11 here on Radio KCM. You can also leave comments, ask questions, and catch replays of this and all past episodes on YouTube. Just search 70s Unheard on YouTube. I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, we'll close with the former member of the New York City band Television, post-punk vocalist Tom Verlaine, a singer whose voice has been described as 1,000 bluebirds screaming, from his 1979 self-titled album, and Grip of Love. Until next time.
You do the moon, you do the snake, everywhere you go, you make the right mistake, you take a picture and lay it in my tray. Sometimes the wind blows just like a Milky Way. I don't understand. Must be the grip